Welcome back to our community. Susy Thomas visiting with Jim Molnar from JRC, talking about aging. Always a fun topic.
That's right.
Recently, the most heartbreaking post was on my Facebook from one of my Facebook friends who was saying her mother, who is in her 90s, who is such a survivor of so much adversity throughout her life, had reached that milestone of having to stop driving.
Oh.
And that was a very, very bad day.
Mm-hmm.
What is it about the independence of being able to go where you want to go when you want to go, and then suddenly hitting that stage where you really rely on someone else to get you there again, almost like being a child again?
Right, right.
Why is that so difficult?
I think it's because not only the sense of freedom, but also the sense of giving up something that you can give to someone else. I think sometimes when you want to learn to drive, at least from a guy's point of view, you could pick up your girlfriend, you could do this, you could do errands for people. And I think that giving is something that really is innate in all of us. We're such a social creature that it takes away some of that socializing. And by doing that, then you have to find someplace else to go to make sure that you're sharp, that you have that will to live and something to look forward to. And I think all that driving now is so much a part of our life. It's especially in this part of the country. I mean,
Absolutely, yeah. We're a little spread out, aren't we?
yes, yeah.
We do have good public transportation.
Yes.
But if you're not aware of it or you haven't used it, you might not know how good it is.
Yes, that's right. And they actually do have a service through SARTA that you can get someone to almost mentor you through using the bus. They'll help you get on and off and almost take you like on a tour. And I think that's a wonderful thing that they offer. And I don't know if a lot of people know about it. I know they do kind of mention it once in a while. But again, with everything that we're so inundated with different commercials and all this kind of thing, that can kind of get lost in the shuffle. But yeah, call SARTA and they'll give you a tour and understanding of how to use the system.
And I believe they have curbside pickup.
Yes.
I think you can arrange that. You
Yes,
want to
through
call
the
them
ProLine
and
service, I think
right,
it's called. Yeah.
figure that out and get the specifics for that. But I seem to remember them talking about that.
And that's exactly the kind of service that JRC uses, the ProLine service. And, of course, you can drop your relative off there. We actually had somebody who brought themselves, drove, and he actually came because he was living alone at the time, and he just wanted to socialize. So he actually came for a couple hours every week and drove himself there and drove himself home. He was completely capable, yeah.
Well, it's interesting you say that because I do remember that Meals on Wheels said that most of their volunteers are seniors themselves.
Right.
So some of them are just very close to be receiving the service, but right now they are out, as you say, giving and delivering and visiting people, in some cases people younger than themselves. Because that huge volunteer corps is retired.
Yes.
A lot.
And you bring up an interesting point with the younger than themselves because, of course, we deal with people with early stages of dementia, so they don't have to be 65. They can be 55. We have some individuals that are younger, and it's not necessarily for everybody who's retired. We do have those people that have forms of dementia. Some have developmental disabilities we have come to. So it's anybody who just needs someone around during the day. And we take anybody who's got complete mobility, limited mobility, as well as we have one lady who's blind. And she's the most observant person I've ever seen. It's just I just love her to death.
So interesting.
Yeah.
They say she's the most observant person.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that true?
Yeah.
Because it takes way more than other senses than just our sight to be able to be observant.
Right. And matter of fact, the Y right across the street, the Lake Myers Y.
Yes.
They were bringing their preteens and early teens over to visit. And they do want to make some arrangements in the future for what they call one-day holidays, like Martin Luther King Day, just one day, or in-service days for teachers. They come over and visit some of the seniors. And Thelma had struck up a conversation with a younger lady, and they're pen pals now. They talk to each other all the time.
How about pets? Do you ever bring some pets in there to meet up with the older folks?
They do. From my understanding, they do, just like you would in the hospital. I can't remember the last time we did that, but that is always something that's open. Of course, like I said, we have yoga, and we actually go. They have day trips. They actually go bowling. And just different things like that.
Well, after all that practice with the digital one going on, can we ever go back to the days of like Downton Abbey where you have like 4 generations all living under one roof? Wouldn't that be great?
Oh, I think so. And the interesting thing about that is just like you talked about the different generations and the Y coming over in that. They had a couple of youngsters who were extremely interested in how these 2 senior ladies were so calm in putting this jigsaw puzzle together. And I think it was how mundane it all seemed to be to them that they were hook, line, and sinker brought in. And so by the time they had to leave, at first they were going, how can you be interested in that? And what's this all about? And how come this fits there? And, oh, that fits there. And just before they left, these 2 youngsters yelled, we both have a piece to put in the puzzle.
They got it.
Yes.
It clicked.
Right. And it's that calmness and that patience that no one else but a senior can provide. And that thinking out of a box like no one else except a junior can provide that really brings it together. Yeah.
Well, they remember things. They have memories from so far back of sitting around a fire, within a fireplace and doing these kinds of family activities. There's probably something very calming about board games and jigsaw puzzles and things that today's young people are not as acquainted with.
Right. And they also play regular physical games, too, in the fact that they put together something. It's almost like that they have balls in a bin, and then they have, like, skewers that they pull out in between, and the balls fall down.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah.
So like Jenga, giant Jenga.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Oh, how fun.
So it's not all just board games and Wii games. I mean, they actually get into regular games. Matter of fact, one lady, Irene, she actually taught 2 youngsters how to play pool because they thought they were playing it right. And she got up and she says, you're not doing anything right. Let me show you. And she practically ran the table on them. And, of course, they just admired her from that moment on.
She was their hero.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too fun. Do you find any kind of trends that help stave off the aging process? If people are more moving and active and so forth, and of course pain and the amount of pain a person is in would have something to do with that. But do you find there are things that keep some folks younger longer than other folks?
Actually, I think it all comes down to socializing. That's it more than anything. Because socializing, they found out that it helps your circulatory system. It helps your memory. It helps just the way you interact with other people and your digestive system. I almost said that wrong, didn't I? Digestive system.
That worked, yes.
Okay.
No, that came out just
fine.
But
all that kind of thing.
That's
It's like once your body gets moving and working and a little bit of forgetting about yourself. Again, reaching out to someone else, doing something for someone else. Just learning how to play pool or putting a piece of a jigsaw puzzle down. That giving to someone else. It just, and like I said, it helps your digestive system. So, I mean, you eat better, you sleep better. It's amazing how many families bring their seniors there, and they tell us, oh, my gosh, we all got a good night's sleep last night.
Because of the socialization.
Yeah.
Isn't that fascinating? We are created that way, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Really, to be able to, we need each other.
Yeah.
People need other people. And I think that's something that, God kind of tells us to do, to be thinking of, think of others, put other, love him first and then others as yourself. So that 3 things there. And wow, how nice that even staves off aging a little bit.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's fascinating.
Yeah.
All right, let's go over all the logistics of this wonderful program you're going to be doing on September 25th, which is right around the corner.
Right. You're right, it is. And again, it's from 6 to 8 p.m. at the JRC Adult Day Center at Myers Lake Ballroom, 3300 Parkway Street, Northwest Canton, 44708. It's a free event, but seating, they say, is going to be limited. So you can call 330-455-3873, extension 405. Or you can email.
Let's give that number one more time, please.
330-455-3873, extension 405.
Okay.
And do it as soon as possible.
Yes. There are seats available.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you don't want to show up at the door, probably.
Probably not.
We
just want to make sure that there's a seat there for you.
And for someone just tuning in, remind us what kinds of things we're going to hear about at this program.
Okay, we're going to hear about from the Alzheimer's Association, Direction Home, Akron, Canton area aging on aging and disabilities. Senior care advisors who help people understand passport and waiver eligibility, Medicare and Medicaid, and of course the staff of JRC Adult Day Center. And they'll be answering questions just as much about the aging process as about the center itself.
So this is for everyone, whether you are a caretaker for someone who's aging, if you are beginning to age and think, there's some things I really ought to know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's for every one of those age groups. And whether you're young or old, like I said, we do take disabilities too. So, and that's something that's for the general public as well. When you have someone who has some developmental disabilities, you want to make sure they're as well taken care of too.
And isn't it wonderful? Because, folks, it used to be that people diagnosed early on with some kind of a developmental disability didn't always live as long as they are living today.
That's right.
It's so encouraging to have these people that we love with us longer.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. But it's a learning process for everybody involved, too.
Yep.
Yeah.
So all of this taking place at the Myers Lake Ballroom.
Right.
But no dancing.
Well, maybe. We have chair yoga. One never knows.
Okay. Pretty awesome. How long have you been there now?
We've been there almost about 2 years, I believe, 2016. So
Okay.
actually going on 3 now.
My
yeah.
goodness, longer than I thought.
Yeah.
And how long have you then been with JRC, Jim?
I've actually been the development director for just about a year now, but I was actually on their board as well for since 2012.
So you've got a year under your belt now.
Yeah.
In our closing seconds here, what is so meaningful to you about working in this kind of work?
It's just understanding that children need a good foundation, which they receive, and that seniors need as much of a good rest the part of their life as possible. And we all have the ability to do it.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much. 330-455-3873. Do I have that right? Extension 405.
That's
and
correct.
Call that as soon as possible. Good information. Thank you so much, Jim Molnar, for all you do in our community.
Susy Thomas, thank you.